Welcome into Outkick the Show. I am your fearless leader, Clay Travis. We've got a lot to get to. Obviously, awesome news all around. I will start right here, and it should be a lot of fun, and this will be intriguing and interesting and fun. I'm telling you, we got a gambling show coming to you right now. Daily gambling show starting on September 10th. It will be on FS1, all right? FS1, September 10th, 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, 2:30 Mountain, 1:30 East Coast time. I will be there along with Rachel Bonetta, who's going to host, and I think you guys are going to see her and say, my God, this girl is a star. She's going to blow your minds. She's going to do a great job. We actually have a test show in about 20 minutes. Once I finish the show, I'll finish this show and then immediately pivot and go do the test show. We've got Todd Furman, who many of you who have followed me for a long time will know well. I met Todd on Twitter years ago. He told me he was a fan of Dixieland Delight, my first book, and he was been an odds maker at Caesars. I started to put him on the radio show that I did in Nashville, 3HL. He's still on there later, a decade now. And I am telling you that it is going to be a good collection there. And then a guy I have just met that I am rapidly coming to like. I think he's going to be really funny. I think he's going to entertain the hell out of you guys. He's been writing for Jimmy Kimmel for the past 16 years. He is Cousin Sal. He also does the podcast with Bill Simmons, is interacting with The Ringer on a lot of their content. It is going to be awesome. We are going to be making gambling picks every day. We will be on from 4:30 to 5:30 Eastern, Monday through Friday, a full hour every single day to cover the world of sports from a gambling prism. It means not that we're just going to talk gambling, but every topic that we discuss will be discussed through the lens of gambling. So, for instance, today we will be talking about the impact of the Teddy Bridgewater trade, probably. We'd be talking about Aaron Rodgers and his extension. We'd be talking about the ongoing mess at Ohio State. Whatever the stories of the day are, we're going to be examining through gambling. For instance, we're going to talk about Tua Tagovailoa versus Jalen Hurts and how you play Alabama futures. Do you play Alabama futures without knowing the quarterback? How do you handle betting week one without knowing whether Nick Foles or Carson Wentz is going to start? Lots of different cool things to do. The show is called Lock It In, okay? I will be doing the show from Nashville. I will not have to travel. It will be around the horn style in that I will be coming in as a talking head. I'll be a talking head. Cousin Sal will, and Todd Furman will. The show will be hosted by Rachel Bonetta. Okay, so I will be live from Nashville. It won't necessitate me traveling at all. I will be able to do it right here in my hometown. It should be pretty awesome. Now, what it will mean is that I will have a tremendous amount of work that I have to do on a daily basis. It means that I will still wake up at 4:15 or 4:20 Central Time every morning. I will still do a 3-hour daily radio show in the morning. I will then write on my website. I will then do a Periscope and a Facebook. And I will then do an hour of television daily, Monday through Friday. So I will be the hardest working man or woman in sports media, and I'm not even sure there will be a close second. That is 12-hour day just that I just ran through right there, not counting anything else after the show. And that's 12 hours, and I will have nearly 5 hours a day of actual live media. That's pretty crazy to think about. Again, 3 hours of live radio, this thing where I go 30 minutes, and an hour of television, plus I do at least a half hour a day of local radio hits. And then on top of that, I'll be writing and I'll be promoting the book this fall. I'm going to be insanely busy at 100% at all times, right? So nothing else will change. If you love what I do now, there will just be more of it. Nothing else will change. And I'm a smell bag will still exist. I'll still put up the gambling picks on Wednesday. I'll still do a Saturday show. There is going to be a lot going on in addition to whatever I do on social media. Although, to be fair, I think I'll probably dial out a bit on social media. I just can't spend as much time with every other work obligation going on. I don't get paid directly for social media. So your boy's going to do what he gets paid to do, and I don't get paid directly to tweet, so I think I'll probably be spending less time on social media. So if you want more time with me, download the podcast, listen to the 3-hour radio show, watch the television show on FS1, watch me on Facebook, watch me on Periscope, and continue to read Outkick. If you're not getting enough of my opinions there, frankly, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm working harder than anybody else in media. All right, questions about the TV show. Any questions about the TV show? Let me say this on top of it as well. I'm excited to do this television show. I think it is going to, one, be amazing, right? I think it's going to be really fun and exciting. Furman and I have worked together for years. I'm excited to be able to do this television show. I already really like Rachel Bonnetta and Cousin Sal. I will say this. It is going to be pretty awesome. It's going to look different than any sports television show has looked in a very long time. If you've watched sports on television, when PTI debuted back in like 2003 or 2002-ish, it was a totally different look on television. This will be somewhat similar to that. Around the Horn was a different look. Sports Nation was a different look. And basically for the last decade, nothing has changed. I think you're going to like this show. It's going to look sexy. It's going to have some CNBC elements to it where there are tickers where you will be able to constantly see what the latest lines are, what the latest news is, multiple tickers, moving parts. It's going to be really cool. I think you guys are going to love it. Now, who knows how it'll go? I'm excited to get into daily television. When I started writing online in 2004 with an audience of 0, did I think at some point in time that I would be on a national television show, have a national radio show, have a website and Periscope and Facebook presence that's drawing millions of people a week to my content, have a national book coming out from HarperCollins, which will be released on September 25th? No. The lesson here, as always, work hard, get better every day. My mantra, your mantra, if you want to follow it, is this: be better. Be better than you were the day before every day. Take good opportunities, take advantage of them, and continue to grow every day, and eventually you end up in a place that you might not have foreseen when you started. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. When I started writing online for an audience of 0, I used to dream of having 1,000 daily readers. I used to dream of having 100 daily readers. I used to dream of having 10,000 daily readers. It's not uncommon now to have days where over 1 million people will consume Outkick content. In fact, it's very common. It's an average day when you look across all the articles, across the radio, soon across the television, and now with Periscope and Facebook, over 1 million people a day are continuing to consume our content. So I'm excited. I hope you guys will watch 4:30 Eastern, FS1. Lock it in as the show. Lock it in on your DVRs. Lock it in on your television schedules. And it should be a lot of fun to be able to roll. It's every day, Monday to Friday. It's not one day a week. It's every single day for an hour, 4:30 to 5:30 Eastern. Okay? Not one day, not once a week, not once a month, not just during football season. It's every day for an hour. Yes, you can DVR the show if you're at work while I'm on. Let me know what you think. So it should be pretty awesome. All sports gambling. It's going to be fun. It is a lot of gambling talk. Okay, questions. Questions from you guys about the television show. Anything. It will all be gambling. This will be a gambling-focused show. I address every topic all day long. This show will be specifically focused on gambling from hopefully a funny, smart, and informational-related perspective. So I think it's going to be really, really cool. We will have a guest. We will have a guest every day, good guests in the middle part of the show, and everybody will like it. Okay, so that is what is going on. Yes, I will do blood bank guarantees. I just gave you 2 blood bank guarantees today. I gave you a Thursday night blood bank guarantee, and I gave you a Saturday night blood bank guarantee. Tap the vein, boys and girls. It's blood bank season. Lock it in. Okay, let's get into the college football playoff. Tomorrow is the official start of the college football universe. I'm driving down to 30A. I will be in my car with my family, so we will not have a show tomorrow. Might have a show Friday, depending on how the day breaks. Or I might just come back with you on Saturday for a pregame show, which I will be doing for college football all season long on Saturday. Make sure you're on Periscope. Make sure you're on Facebook if you want to hang out with me for a last-minute college football pregame show as everybody gets ready. It should be an awful lot of fun. To me, my college football playoff. I always like to give you my college football playoff. I think this is one bet that Vegas should specialize in, that the offshore should specialize in, offering you an opportunity to set up a parlay where you try to pick all 4 of the college football playoff teams and see if you can get it right. I think it's a cool bet that everybody would be doing. All the cool kids would be doing it. Here is my 4, okay? 1, Bama. I think this is one of the easiest schedules Alabama has ever had. I don't think it matters if Tua Tagovailoa or Jalen Hurts is the starter. I think we have to figure it out over the course of the season, but I think that Bama is going to be dominant. Louisville is mincemeat in their hands. I think there is no doubt that Alabama will be in the college football playoff. Clemson, ACC, not very strong. Clemson stronger than they maybe ever have been before. I think Clemson will be in the college football playoff with Dabo Swinney for the 4th straight year. How about in the 3 spot, I've got Penn State. I'm not believing in Ohio State. I'm not believing in Michigan. I'm not believing in Wisconsin. And I'm not believing in Michigan State. Those are the top 5 teams. I'm going to go with Penn State. In the 4th spot, I think it's going to be Auburn. I think Auburn loses the Iron Bowl at Alabama. I think it's their only loss. Yes, I am on Auburn on Saturday. No way they are going to lose a 3rd straight game in Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz Dome. Remember, they lost to Georgia. They lost to UCF. They are not going to lose to Washington. Pray for the Huskies. It could get ugly there. I am in on those 4 guys as my playoff teams. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this Ohio State ongoing mess. The Ohio State Buckeyes are a dumpster fire right now. Zach Smith took to Twitter to try to defend himself. He posted a photo of his children and said, "You are harming these children by reporting on this story." Here's the truth, and I've got young kids, and I understand it sucks if you are in a situation where your kids are involved in an ugly situation between mom and dad. Zach Smith, you created this situation, okay? You were arrested in 2009 for domestic abuse. You were arrested in 2013 for DUI. You were investigated and potentially arrested in 2015 for another domestic assault. You went to the White House and took a picture of your dick and sent it to people. You cheated on your wife with a subordinate in the Ohio State football office complex. All of those things were choices you made, okay? You cannot make bad decisions and then blame other people when they publish those bad decisions, right? All of us have things we wish we had not done. All of us have things we probably wish would never go public ever in our history, right? But if you do those things and they go public, it is not the person who publishes those stories' fault for doing that. For that is not what is making your children's life more difficult. You failed as a father. You failed as a husband in that relationship. Own it. Be better in your life going forward. Don't retroactively try to argue that you have been unfairly treated. This is a big deal. It's a big deal in life in general. It's easy to cast blame. It's easy to label yourself as the victim. What I am telling you is be a positive protagonist in your story. Be better today than you were yesterday. Don't spend a lot of time worrying about people who are obsessed with your past, who are attacking you. Try to be better, okay? Zach Smith still has not owned any responsibility whatsoever for what he has done. The internet and social media in general is one big blame factory. And to the extent that I could change anything in America today, well, there's many things I would change, but one of them is the idea that it's considered to be a great thing to be a victim. Everybody wants to be a victim in America. Why? If you are a victim, you are not in control of your own story. I'm not going to allow someone else to victimize me because that allows them to have a starring role in my life story. I am the star of my life story. I am the captain of my ship. If you are constantly looking around for people to blame or people to label as causing you to be a victim, then you are never going to succeed in life. Period. You are going to spend all your time worried about what other people are doing to you instead of what you are controlling in your own life. I've come to this knowledge later in my life. I wish I'd been smart like this when I was 20 years old, when I was 17 years old, when I was 15 years old. I'm telling all of you now the wisdom that I have distilled so far through 39 years of life, and it is this. The only hand you can rely on is the one at the end of your sleeve. If you accept that as your life mantra, then you will be amazed how much more successful you can become. Don't rely on anyone else to make your life better. Control it yourself. Make decisions that lead to better results. That's it. Zach Smith is online. He's saying, I'm going to sue Brett McMurphy. He's saying, oh, he's harmed my kids. Oh, he's harmed Ohio State. Oh, he's harmed Ohio State fans. No, you did all of those things. All Brett McMurphy did was report on your actions. If you had been a faithful husband, if you had never in any way put your hands on your wife in a negative manner, if you had not gotten a DUI, if you had not gotten into the White House and decided to take a picture of your dick, all of those things would not have happened. If you had not had sex with a subordinate in the Ohio State offices, you would still have your job and your family would be great and nobody would know your name at all. It sucks to have your dirty laundry aired in public, but you know what? Your laundry is pretty damn ugly and pretty damn dirty. And so as a result, you can't blame other people for shining a light on the dark recesses of your own life. You have to clean up those on your own. You have to accept your personal responsibility. Labeling yourself as a victim and blaming other people for publicizing what you did is not a way to take ownership of your issues. I'm telling you that regardless of what situations you're facing in life, but in particular, I think once you become a public figure, fight back if you'd like, but fight back by changing your life. All right, a couple of other things that I think make sense. Teddy Bridgewater traded. I love the Teddy Bridgewater trade here. I like what the Saints are doing. Drew Brees is 39 years old. They had a lot of wrangling over his contract situation. Sean Payton evidently may believe that Teddy Bridgewater is the future of his franchise if he's back healthy from his knee, and he certainly looked like it in the Jets games that I played. Teddy Bridgewater could be a great fit for that New Orleans Saints offense in the years ahead. The Jets are basically saying, Sam Darnold, you are our guy. Trading Bridgewater stamps a vote of confidence all over that decision-making. I love the move by the Jets to sign Bridgewater as a free agent. I believe they got a third-round pick for him. That's how you operate the levers of machinery as a GM. Good for the Jets for angling, grabbing another better player. Aaron Rodgers gets $30 million plus. Yesterday I said I thought Odell Beckham Jr. was overpaid at $20 million. I still think the quarterback is underpaid. If you're the best at what you do, and I do believe Aaron Rodgers right now is the best quarterback in the NFL, you should be paid as such. And I think the Green Bay Packers have gotten a great deal on this situation in general. So that is the status of those as we roll into tomorrow, week 4 of the NFL preseason. By the way, Ohio State, this Ohio State mess in general, it's not going away. They're trying to distract people by talking about Tom Herman being with Zach Smith in a strip club. That's not a story. It's not a story. It is not a story. Be intelligent here. Look at what's going on. Ohio State is trying to obfuscate. They're trying to distract. They are trying to make you look somewhere else instead of focusing on the story right in front of you. Tom Herman, head coach, University of Texas, grown man who went to the strip club. Not a story. Not a story at all here that he went to the strip club. He didn't do anything wrong. They paid for the money out of their own pocket. I'm telling you right now, that is not a story that you should be concerned about. If I happen to look over, by the way, and I see you post something, and I think, you know what, you are behaving in a manner that would be similar to that in which a pussy might behave, my life mantra as well. DBAP, don't be a pussy. If I look over and I see that, you are gone and you are no longer able to hang out in this show. Boom, you're not here forever. You, my friend, are dead. But Tom Herman, this is not a story, and this is the truth. Doesn't matter at all what happened with him going to a strip club. A grown man, married or otherwise, going to a strip club, it ain't a story, boys and girls. It isn't a story at all. The fact that Ohio State is trying to slime Tom Herman's name is evidence of how much they have managed to bungle this entire situation. In the same way that I said that Zach Smith needs to take ownership of his own life, Ohio State needs to take ownership of their failures. If they had done so, they would have fired Urban Meyer. I don't think it's a bad move at all if they were trying to take complete ownership of their situation. All right, this is very cool. I gave you my gambling picks. I am ecstatic that college football is back and running. It's a good point. Somebody said the story is they only spent $650. No kidding. They got out of there kind of cheap, considering how much money they make. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. You get in a strip club for $650. That's not awful at all. All right, here are my picks. I'm going to run through them really quickly. I am going to make it all the way back, like I said, down to the beach one more time, just in time for the last official weekend of summer, although summer for many of us, especially if we live in warm weather climates, will be going on hopefully for another couple of months in terms of the weather. Thursday night special, blood bank guarantee. Tap the vein, boys and girls. I'm on Central Florida minus 23.5 versus Connecticut. It's going to be a bloodbath. Josh Heupel going to be a disaster there. All right. Tennessee plus 10.5 versus West Virginia. It is now 10. Tennessee's going to cover a double-digit line. Auburn minus 2, 48.5. I'm on the under. I'm on Auburn minus 2. The Tigers are going to roll. Ole Miss versus Texas Tech. The over in this game. I think Ole Miss is going to break out the offense. They're not going to play defense at all. Lots of points flying. Michigan at Notre Dame. I am on Notre Dame. Notre Dame now is minus 1, and I'm on the under, and the under is all the way down to 46.5. If you were Outkick VIP, you'd have a lot better numbers than the ones I'm giving you right now because I gave out these picks early in the week, and they've already started to move a lot. Alabama, I'm on the Tide, and I'm on the over. The over in this line has moved to nearly a touchdown. Nearly a touchdown this line has moved since I started doing that. Vandy versus MTSU. Vandy minus 3 versus MTSU. Telling you it is a steal. It is an absolute steal. Miami versus LSU and the under. I'm on Miami, and I'm also on the under at 47. It has continued to move. That is 14 picks that I just gave you. 14 incredible picks. Respect the picks. Blood bank guarantee on Saturday is Bama covering the over against Louisville, and the other blood bank guarantee is Central Florida. I love all of you. Thank you for spending this time hanging out with us. I will continue to do the Periscopes and the Facebooks, but as I speak to you now, I have to vanish because we have a actual show to prepare for. Dress rehearsal time nearly for the new show. Again, it's on FS1. It's called Lock It In, 4:30 Eastern, 1 hour daily. If you like this show, I promise you, you will like that show too. Set it up on your DVR. It'll start on September 10th, the first Monday of the NFL season, and we will be rolling from there every day, an hour on FS1. Me, Todd Furman, Cousin Sal, and Rachel Bonetta. We're going to have fun. I hope you have fun with us as well. DBAP, boys and girls, my name is Clay Travis. This has been Outkick the Show. Remember, DBAP is a general rule. Sometimes you also have to SBAP. I am Clay Travis. I will be back tomorrow early morning for radio. I'll do radio Thursday and Friday. May not do Periscope and Facebook because I'm headed to the beach with the family. Love all of you. Thank you for hanging with me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. This has been Outkick the Show.